Hi, everyone. Happy 2022. It is January 1st, and I am recording this. I haven't thrown a recording up in a long time because, of course, I'm lazy and I don't do all that. So I like to just go live. But I decided to record this. So because I get, how I love talking to you all. And so I get so distracted by the chat so I just wanted to get into this and get through some of these topics and predictions that come through for me for 2022. That being said, for those of you who are new to my channel, this is for entertainment purposes only. I receive these messages from my spirit team, and it goes through me and my thought processes, the messages. So it is for entertainment purposes only. But let's dive in and get started. I just am so excited to continue 2022 with you, my family here. I just want to give you all hugs and thank you for your unconditional love and support, and that you continue to come back and hang out with me. And to those who are new, welcome. And also a shout out to all who support this channel and all my members. Oh my gosh, yeah, I have the best members. Beautiful. Thank you for your continued support. See, but there's a little, sorry, something was flying right in front of that screen, and no, it wasn't a ghost. It was something on the camera. All right, so the first thing, so these are predictions, what's going to happen in 2022 surrounding these topics that I'm bringing in. Okay, so, it doesn't show the time. I was going to write down the time, so that doesn't work. I guess I'll have to go back. So our first one we're looking into is COVID. And I'm just going to kind of touch on these because I have quite a few I want to get through. But COVID, how is COVID going to continue to play out in 2022? I do see more variants coming through. I don't feel they're as strong. I feel like they're just different, right? So, but we're not going to be revisited like we were with that first COVID-19. All right. However, this will continue to come in different variants, and I'm also hearing that, you might get Omicron again come through, but it will be different. So it would be like the flu, how we get flu shots every year. It's just a little different, and they have to just keep their eye open to see what kinds of things have shifted with, like, and if it was the flu, what has shifted, what's different this year, and so like that. So they're going to be on top of it. I feel like we're in for this for a while. But I do feel, as far as I get the 8-month mark, that, pretty much it really beginning not to be that. It'll be individual choices, whether you want to wear a mask and that kind of thing. But I feel things will really start getting back on the new normal track in about we have about 8 months. It'll slowly get there until that point, but I do feel at that something or some kind of relief at that 8-month mark. And it could be sooner, 6 to 8 months, but I keep getting an 8 around that. Okay. So as far as what my spirit guides or spirit team is bringing in, as far as a message for us in regards to dealing with this, is just be mindful and intentional about, keeping safe for yourself, wearing those masks, staying distance, keeping all those types of things in mind. they're saying, I don't know, they're just like, love one another, just love. We don't understand everyone and their choices with this. And it's hard because we can see how it's affecting others and killing others. If you can be a part, you don't want to be a part of that. You don't want that to continue. And the science says this, but you're following this. That is, I don't feel like that's going to be part of our society for a very long time. So the best thing that we can do is lead with love, love one another, because we're not going to change these mindsets. But they do encourage follow the law of the land. So if the law of the land is wear your mask, then you wear your mask like that. This too shall pass, they said. Yay. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so now we are moving into the next topic, and for predictions for 2022, and that is weather, climate change, weather patterns globally and here. Okay, so anything that we need to know? Okay, there's weather where we're not used to weather, right? So if you're not used to super heat, that place might have super heat, this year. If you're not used to super cold, that place might have super cold this year. You're like, where'd this ice come from? I've never seen this before. Oh my gosh, it snowed here. And, we've never had snow. Like these type of bizarre weather patterns. Just to be aware of those types of things in general. That's global. I see water surges, like from the ocean. So I see a lifting of, I see something happening with the ocean. I feel like it's maybe September time. We can look for this. But something happens where there's going to be a sudden shift in the ocean. And some of those, I see flooding. I was trying to see where, so we could be prepared for that. And I'm not sure if it's Alaska or I don't know. I'm not getting clear on that. Maybe we can revisit this at another time because I want to get all these out. But just that's kind of. I don't only see it affecting like this coast, the United States. Like I feel like it would be up in the north. So northern coast, north. So like, like Alaska, or it could even be some of the. But I'm also seeing it in another ocean, and some other ocean it's going to affect as well. Whatever happens, something is going to happen. I don't know if it's ice falling, like big ice chunk falling in the ocean that changes. Something will change and this water will happen. Something's happening. And you're like, what? I know, me too. Again, I get these little videos and I have to try to interpret what they're showing me with my limited dictionary in my head. So I said globally. So I do feel like it's going to affect not just us. I feel like it's affecting another continent as well. It's going to affect us globally, but you know what I mean? Being aware of the waters raising in that area. I don't know why I feel like Asia has something to do with that water situation as well. So I should probably study a map before getting on here. That would be better. Do you see that? I don't see it up there. Oh, yes, I do. There, got it. All right. You know, China keeps coming up with weather. I feel there's some extremes. I feel like something with heat, some extremes with heat. So we might look for that as well. Like these record heats that, usually if they're going to show me these things, it's going to be loss of life with this. So, so as we adjust, as the earth is adjusting, as Gaia is adjusting, we're going to have to start adjusting to it and learning how to live with different climates coming in. And she will adjust and then settle. So it's not like forever and ever. We're going to be like, what's next? I feel like we're going to go through an adjustment period and then it's going to settle. Okay. All right. Any other weather here? I'm just hearing tornadoes, but we're seeing that already. We're going to see some more of that. And again, not typical, like not always in the typical spots. I mean, we're going to see that strip that usually that tornado alley or whatever. I'm also getting something with Arizona. And since I was looking into tornadoes, it could be some extreme winds maybe. But we'll keep our eye out for Arizona. We'll revisit these as the year goes on to recheck in with the energy. But this is kind of just a general overall. Okay. All right. Okay, people want to know about earthquakes. So let me ask about earthquakes here. We will be having some earthquakes along that earthquake alley, that coast of the Pacific coast, that area. I'm not seeing I'm not getting a big red highlight like it's catastrophic, but we will be feeling some shifts in the earth. I'm being shown a 7 here, so it could be, that could be the size, or it could mean July. see what I'm up against, you guys? It could be like that would like be the largest, like in the 7s, which is significant, but like structure, some structural, I don't see like massive, that's it. Oh, but we may see some in other countries where it's devastating. Okay. And again, we'll revisit this as time goes on. All right. Let's see. Our next topic we can look into. Okay, let's look into politics. Politics for 2022, and I'm hearing volatile, of course. I'm hearing it has begun, we're off to the races. And of course, I feel scheming, I feel undermining, I feel all of that happening within the politics here. I'm just looking for highlight, anything being highlighted that, like a red flag type of thing here. Texas. Okay, Texas is where the voting rights, that's coming up next. So we're going to look into the voting rights separately. Texas. I feel like all eyes on Texas for something. There's going to be a couple of hot spots like that, but I feel like all eyes on Texas. Who's throwing their hat in the ring here? So in regards to the Senate and the House, I know that you've probably seen me read on that before, but in regards to this video, I do feel that the House and the Senate will be Democratic. The Democrats will lead. The Senate will be a little rough it'll be rough on how it happens, but it will in the end. I know it's going to be stressful leading up to it, but in the end, I feel like it's going to go. I want to see also here because I'm getting Pelosi being highlighted here. What is she doing? She's putting her foot down on something. She's like, bam, on something. Okay, so I do feel there's going to be people leaving, and it's kind of like a shameful thing. However, I don't know if they feel shameful, but they maybe. Who knows if they can feel that, but for entertainment purposes only. I'm getting highlighted with Marjorie Green, especially here. If they're not voted out, something else is happening that they will have to leave. So just what I'm saying here. I'm going to throw some cards on this as well. Yeah, I do feel they did it to themselves. Here's Nancy Pelosi, let's say. And they're working hard, but I feel like that's them leaving. That's some people leaving the Senate. And that's the outcome here. Again, they did it to themselves. It played out in front of the world. They have no choice but they're going to have to leave. It's all going to be, I feel like things are going to be revealed. People, if they have done things, done wrong things or whatever, it will be shown and they will leave. And Marjorie is being shown to me for sure. I've always seen Gates. Of course, we haven't heard about him in a while, but or we haven't read on him in a while. We need to read on him again. But way back in the day, I was showing him in handcuffs. However, that just it could be metaphors for, because I saw him being walked out of the Senate. So but we're not done seeing Marjorie Taylor Greene in the news. Something, because they keep highlighting her. So to me, something's, let's throw some cards. Let's see, what is she up to? What is she being highlighted for? Yeah, and then she kind of walks away head down. And so that to me is that's a shame look. So I feel like something came out big time for her. Like something was revealed that she was involved with or did that was totally like, you can't talk yourself out of, you can't talk your way out of it, right? She abuse of power for sure, abuse of her station. Something to do with work. She was connected to somebody else. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know what this means for this reading. I know there's high emotions around this. So there you go. There's a lot in high emotions. However, when that is being handed in, okay. It also talks about her, it could talk about her health, her mental health, her emotional health. But it's going to, I feel like it's in direct line of what she was directly involved with. Something she was directly involved with. She let her emotions get away and got involved with this. And it was an abuse of power. And it's not looking good for her because of it. So whatever it is. So that's what I'm seeing for Marjorie, and why I keep seeing her with that. I am specifically going to ask a question here while we're in the politics area. And you know, this is the beginning of the 2-year stint of, if you're running for the 2024 president, you would be letting people know, right, this year, right? I'm so used to saying that, and then everybody lets me know. And I don't have my chat. I don't have my people here with me. Okay. My family. It's kind of a wait and see for Biden right now, if he's going to run. It's like weighing, it's almost like who's going to be running on both sides like that. Like like he'll throw his hat in again if he is needed. I feel he did what he needed to do, what he was called to do, and that was the main goal was to get 45 out of the office, right? And that happened, and he did his job, and he did it good, right? He got him out, and then he started to do this other stuff, fixing and doing. I mean, the mess he stepped into, that was kind of what he knew his job was going to be and why he ran it, literally to get 45 out, right? So now it's kind of trying to clean up the mess to usher in the next person. However, I feel what I'm hearing here is that he's waiting to see if he's needed another 4 years. But I feel, yeah, so he's kind of waiting to see is he going to be needed again? It's a tough one to throw out there, but I feel like he's not going to run. Or if he, my sense right now with the energy is he's not. But let's throw some cards on this to kind of get the rest of the story. I feel like if you're a reader, you could go either way with this. This is what's so hard with this. And it's like, wow, okay. So I could understand if people say they see him running, and I can definitely understand why people would say they don't see him running. So this is a tough one. The energy is still a little bit like this. It's a little wonky on it, but my sense is he won't. I have 3 major arcana on this, 3, right? So I just, let's take a look. I want to make sure I am reading this correctly with the 3. You guys know major arcana. It's not always the funnest thing to try to interpret, because it's such a large encompassing meanings that come out of it. So yeah. I just want you to know that the main thing I'm seeing here is that there's purpose behind all this. There's purpose in how it will play out, and not to worry. Okay, that I am getting that strongly. There's purpose in how it will play out and what we will witness. He's carrying a heavy burden, and it looks like a possibility of someone new coming in here and offering, here, let me help carry that burden you've got going on there. To keep along the same lines as what we have in there right now. So it's almost very similar, but so you see, I feel like he's still kind of seeking guidance right now. Maybe that's what I'm seeing here. He's still seeking spiritual guidance. Is this where I need to go forward? And they're not going to give me a clear answer with the cards here, whether or not he's running. I do, however, feel he's thinking about not running. He's seeking guidance with this. Challenge. We have the sun in reverse. I just feel like the time for that position, what he brought and what he was supposed to bring and make changes, he did. And maybe like the sun is, that season is coming to, he sees that season is coming to an end, and that's I guess that would be a challenge there. We could also see that it's been he fulfilled what he was supposed to do. And so that's where the block would be, like spiritually, because again, these are all major arcana. Okay, so the outcome here, we have the Temperance card. And so that is also fulfillment, something it's already been achieved, and balance has been put back in. And so ushering in that new person, that's what they were showing me anyway, but it kind of backed it up in the cards. So let's see how it plays out. And again, this could shift, and I could see how it could, because again, we have free will. But as of right now, that's kind of, I feel like that's what's going on behind closed doors. All right. But I don't see us losing. I don't see us losing that seed either. Let's take a look. Okay, since we know that, let's see if they bring someone into my mind's eye who they will put in as running. Who will the Democrats choose? I feel they're looking at a man and a woman right now. Let's see. Sorry, I'm taking so long on this, but I really want to get it right? I really want to make sure that we're okay. Person of the people. Yeah. Still looking at it. They're looking at a man and a woman. Not funny. The Empress and the Emperor, they're looking at that. It'll be people's choice. So, I mean, the people, but they're working on it. Working on it. Working on it. The thing is, it's like, here's their challenge. Sorry about the lighting. There we go. Their challenge with the Four of Swords there in reverse. It's like they need to make the right, they want to make the right choice. And there's so many variables here is what I'm hearing. And so that's kind of a challenge for them, but they are looking at these two. However, I do feel it might be a female at the end of the day. Okay. Yeah, I am feeling it's going to, but they're looking at both. A couple of options here, viable options, not just willy-nilly. It's kind of like what does the globe need in the next 24 to 28, right? What is the globe going to be needing? What are they going to be looking for? Yeah, so who is that right person? And who do the people love and want, right? All right, moving on. Okay, what is happening with the Trump Foundation, the Trump family, and the whole Trump arena in 2022? Okay, what is happening with them? I think things are going to be really played out. I think we're going to see some closure on some things, like things coming to light. and him being fully exposed. A lot of exposure, because I'm getting a flash. You know how when you're in your car and some of the paparazzi's taking your picture and his face, and it's just completely overexposed, right in the light. It's been shown. It's like that. That's what I'm looking at. So I feel like for him, and he's driving off. He shut the door. He's driving off. So I just feel like it's overexposed. He's like done. He's on his way out. But I do feel like, I mean, he's not going to be running, and he's not running for, he won't be running for president. He won't, any of that. So we're not going to have to worry about that. He's been exposed fully. Not that we haven't known about it, but it's going to be out there, right? There's just, and there'll be more to come. I mean, it's just more and more and more as this plays out. And I'll show you the cards that came up in regards to him. So you can understand the story more. He's still, anyway, yeah. His family, his connections, I feel like everything's turning on him, right? You have the Three of Swords right in the middle of Lovers and the Ten of Cups. Not a good position. It's all going down. Like, this is the end. And that's the next card. So this will play out in 2022, more fully. And it's, the determination of people coming together with all this with the information and staying determined, and with all the different things coming forward. We'll continue to even have new stuff. And this new stuff is part of this tower, right? It's like, I thought there's already so much. Well, there's new stuff. This is what we're looking at with him. He's always comes up as this card for me. And this is it's his downfall. He's his own downfall. So that's kind of what we're seeing with him. Now, something just popped into my head, and I will share it. I was waiting to hear back because I was told by someone, I guess I'll keep the name until I know for sure, and then I'll add it to the description or something. But I was talking to somebody, and they said that someone they knew got a hit, just out of the blue, got a hit that that there was going to be a major bank downfall. And it wouldn't affect us. It wouldn't affect the people. It would only affect big, like the billionaires and the oligarchs, like that. That's who it would affect. And so I'm like, oh, I really resonated with it when I heard it. And so I threw cards on it. And I should have wrote down the cards. Isn't that horrible? Anyways, my cards hit it, and it literally backed up that. So this is something we can look for in 2022. And because I said I felt it was the Deutsche Bank. And I threw cards I said, is it the Deutsche Bank that's going down, going under? And it was an absolute yes, the Deutsche Bank. So let's look for that this year. And again, it's not going to affect the little people. The Deutsche Bank, unless you're like, I'm going to take my money out of the Deutsche Bank right now. Well, go ahead and do it, you guys. It may be going down this year. anyways, I wanted to throw that in because it was connected to Trump. Okay. Okay. Family. I'm just going to let that go because we cover their family all the time. I think the voting rights are going, I'm hearing, so voting rights. I do feel that they are going to get past the 11th hour is what I'm hearing. But voting rights will go through. And I'm just going to throw 3 cards on that and just to get the rest of the story or back us up, but it's going to be a tough go. I don't, because I'm getting it, it's going to pass, but then I get a 3 of swords, so I'm not sure. Let's clarify that. So it's possible that, would it be possible that it's like they have to revamp it? They have to, it goes out, it doesn't pass, they have to bring it back in and like a redo, some like a new message. So it might not, oh, okay. So maybe maybe a higher court comes in and says, oh no, this has to go through, this has to be a right of the people. I see a little volatile, but I see that it's going to pass on the 11th hour is what I'm feeling. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. We're looking at that, but then you have the King of Swords coming in saying, bringing in better news, good news about it. So we'll wait and see how it plays out, but I do feel it's going to pass. Okay. Economy, stock market, what are we looking at? I feel like spending is going to be down. You know how that kind of ebbs and flows. So if people are out shopping and spending their money, putting their money back in the economy, it kind of makes, I feel people kind of not spending as much as usual. So that will affect the economy at some level. I feel a lot of around the stock market. There's I don't know, it's out of my wheelhouse, you guys, you already can tell. But I feel some manipulating or the haunting of manipulation, I should say. So it's been manipulated so much and so much, it's like you think you're watching, this is how the stock market is and blah, blah, but you have people pulling the strings. There's somebody pulling strings here. And there's kind of a fallout of that. So we're going to see a little bit of adjusting. But have faith. We're trying to, yeah. There's going to be some adjustment, but then, so here we're, okay, let me show you the cards. We have the Empress, the Queen of Wands, and the Star right up front. So hopeful, trying to really be creative, make these, bring in, birth new things and, really creative ways to strengthen the economy and the stock market and stuff like that. But there's a little bit of loss of faith. And so that's why people are holding money in their pockets, because they're like, I don't know. I don't know. So you see kind of like, this is my White House card, which is interesting. So that coming into play there. But it could just be, it is us, it is a community. Being given some kind of like a new, it's all about expanding potential. So bringing in that new hope of that, right? Something coming in that expands it. But you're going to see in the midst of it all, you're going to see a little bit of an adjustment here. But again, then you have something coming in that will resettle it back. So I don't, other than the possible Deutsche Bank, I don't see any huge crashes where people would be devastated. All right. I don't see that this year, 2022. Okay. So I know this video is getting, it doesn't show me how long I've been going. Anyways, I know it's getting a little long. So, but I'll have things timestamped. So you can just pick and choose what you want to watch, obviously. Of course, I'm saying it in the middle of the video. So. I know. Okay. The next thing I want to look at is the royals. Anything happening with the royals? I feel like we don't really want to know about that. Some of you do. So we're going to look in. I do feel a loss because I'm seeing that parade. But I'm not feeling, I don't know that it's the queen. It didn't help. See, I don't know who it is, but I don't feel it's the queen. But I do feel there will be a loss in the monarchy. Someone's going to pass. Is it the queen? Yeah, I still don't get it that it's the queen. But it could be a son. Okay, so is it her son? Is it one of her sons? Okay, so all right, it might be Philip, and it might not be a death. It might be that he's pushed out. That might be what I'm, even though that, because I get things in metaphor, so it might not be a death, but it may be that he's pushed out. And so, someone who brought the queen joy, at one time, leaving. So, okay. Anything else? I feel like there's been discussions about the queen stepping down and just kind of offering that position while she's still here. I don't, she's like, I just don't feel like she's ready to hand the reins over to I don't feel like she doesn't trust whoever. You can see this is in my wheelhouse too. Like, what's everybody's name? I don't know. That's why I depend on y'all. Anyways, I sense some sort of, so she's not ready. I feel like there's been discussion, but I don't feel she's like, okay. Russia. What do we need to be looking out for Russia? I feel we got to keep an eye on Putin. I feel like he's trying to get away with something. Even though he said one thing, I feel like he's trying to get away with something. And I know you're all like, well, that anybody could say that. Well, that's what I'm seeing. I'm just, but he's not going to get away with it. How's that? It'll be there also may be an assassination attempt on Putin in 2022. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So whatever he's doing that he's trying to get away with, it's not going to, it won't play out. He just, his misuse of power, right? His misuse of power is gonna, and his connection to the devil, it's gonna bring him down. So he's connected to all this. This is all gonna come out, and I feel like he's leaving. But I also I want to. I don't know what I was seeing with this possible assassination attempt. So I want to ask that specifically before we move on. But yeah, his connect. It's all part of what's gonna be happening in 2022. Now, all right. So yes, I do feel he's that there is going to be a possible assassination attempt on Putin in 2022. This is for entertainment purposes only. Just reading the cards and listening to my guides, right? Okay, so the next thing I want to look at is aliens in 2022, our ET family and friends up there. Anything playing out new with that? Keep hearing distractions. So I do still feel there's going to be some distracting of people from their reality, of the reality for the general population in 2022. However, for those who are connected and aware and open, you're going to be hearing about more and more stuff. And they're saying they're helping through the shifts. I mean, we're still in this huge shift. So they're absolutely present and helping us through on many different levels that we don't understand. There's layers to this. And purpose. So as far as, a big arena and a big show and a big landing, I don't know that that's going to happen this year yet. But I do feel we're going to start, it's starting to infiltrate just a little more for the general population of the reality of this. However, we need to change the narrative of what we're being shown on, with movies and stuff, that making them out to be bad. You know what I mean? So we got to change that narrative and bring in that it's not fearful. So as soon as that starts to happen and that narrative starts to come in and the reality of possibility for the general population, then you'll start seeing more activity. Those of us who don't have an issue and totally understand that we're not alone and they're here to help us and like that, we'll be hearing a lot about it, a lot more things. I think that's what I'm hearing. Okay, 2022. So we're moving from a year of a 5, which was 5's, the numerology number 5 is tumultuous. So we're moving into a global number, a 6, a universal number 6, which is peace, love, and harmony. So we're gonna, it's healing. It's also helping your fellow man. So we're gonna have a lot more reaching out and a lot more love and connection and like that. So remember, we're moving out of that 5 we're moving into the 6th. Today's our first day of our 6th year. So grab onto that 6, grab onto that peace, love, harmony. And as you reach out to your fellow men, it's also encouraging you to really step into things that are expanding for you. So what have you been wanting to do? What have you been looking at? The desire of growing your spiritual self. We'll do that because this is a great year to expand and step into your beautiful selves and make that happen. So happy 2022. We're here together. We're going to be here together all through 2022, asking these questions over and over again. And getting clarifying and just helping us through the year. And so I encourage you to continue to hang out with me this year, and as well as, the whole family on here, and to get us through another year together as we face some elections and we face some of those things that are coming through. So blessings to you. And thank you again for hanging out with me. And just so you know, if I do private readings, if you would like a private reading, you can find me on freebirdspirit.com. That's freebirdspirit.com. Kim from Intuitive View and myself, we also offer classes. So you're welcome to check that out as well. So yeah, just a little shout out for myself, right? Anyways, love you guys, and we will see you soon.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together, it's so beautiful.